Hi, this is Steve, your emotional coach. First of all, what is an emotional coach? Well, one of the things I do is help people deal with stress. First of all, overcome sometimes debilitating impacts of stress, which often manifest themselves as like anxiety and depression. And then what we try is equip you to deal with stress on your own. The benefit of doing that is wow, just happier in general. But the big benefit is if you can deal with stress effectively, you can connect consistently and authentically to what's important to your heart, and it can make a massive change in your physical health. So, first of all, we're going to be talking a lot about what is stress. Uh, I read a book recently that does an excellent job of explaining this and giving a simple tool that you can use yourself to help deal with stress. Um, the book is called The Healing Code by Dr. Alex Lloyd, with also Dr. Ben Johnson is on there. And first of all, I just want to give you a very simple explanation. Stress is basically a fight or flight response. It's on an emotional level, and then on a physiological level, your body's saying, danger, something's about to happen, we need to be prepared. And in the right circumstance, that can be very good because you need to deal with someone trying to hurt you, or an wild animal after you, whatever. It's a good thing to be able to respond appropriately with stress. And here's a basic explanation. If you can imagine a massive battleship has hundreds, if not thousands, of crew members on it, and they each have a different job. You've got plumbers and electricians and cooks and all these people doing different things. However, if the ship is attacked, it's like battle stations, alarms go off. The cook who's peeling tomatoes drops the tomatoes, he's got a different job to do. In your body, what happens, though, is that when you're under stress, physiologically a lot of things happen. And one of the first things that happens is your immune system goes, not important, okay. Your immune system is responsible for feed me, fix me, defend me, repair me. It's repairing things and healing your body. So when you're under a constant state of stress, it makes a massive impact on your physical health. A big problem is that we go through life, and on a subconscious level, our subconscious starts to write programs to have us respond with stress to situations which are not appropriate to respond with stress. Weird example, you're little, someone with a yellow shirt screams at you for no good reason and it stresses you out. So your brain writes a program subconsciously that whenever you see yellow, you need to be stressed. Okay, that's not a healthy or appropriate response. So what happens is you're constantly in a state of stress. You're not responding properly emotionally to your environment, and your physical health is seriously impacted. Big issue with that too is that because your body believes, your subconscious believes this is a very important program, it almost has a write protect thing on it, so it makes it very difficult to change. Another good explanation of stress and how your emotions work is from this book called Evolve Your Brain by Joe Dispenza. And I actually skipped ahead to chapter 9 because someone told me it was really good, and it was very good. And we want to talk a bit about, in chapter 9, right here, about how your attitude impacts things. Okay, so you have a certain attitude. The attitude impacts your neural net. Peptides are created in your hypothalamus, which sends signals to your cells. Okay, in other words, certain emotions have certain chemical interactions that then course throughout your body. Your cells, when it get a lot of different chemical signals from a certain type of emotion, like worry or shame or something, they make additional receptor sites to handle the amount of chemicals that are coming in. Now, one thing those chemicals do is they impact the expression of genetic information, and they also impact the expression of proteins. Now, proteins, you've got a lot of different proteins in your body. Just think about this. The way your body expresses proteins has a lot to do with youth and vitality. Okay? So the way your proteins are expressed impacts the expression of life and the health of your body. So your attitude can impact the health of your body. Now here's a major problem. So your cells are now have all these receptor sites for shame or worry or whatever. If you change your attitude or your environment or whatever that was causing all this worry and shame, problem is those receptor sites on your cells still want the chemicals associated with worry and shame. So they will send a signal back up to your brain, hey, we need more of these chemicals that cause this shame or worry because it's what we've got receptor sites for. So your brain can respond by looking at things that are going around you and interpreting them as stress, which then sends the chemicals through. Or your brain will actually go out and create stressful situations. Now, classic example of this is people who are in bad relationships. And you go, my goodness, why do these people either stay in a relationship that's so bad for them or keep going out with a guy who treats them and pile shame and worry on them or stress? Well, at a certain level, there is a physiological chemical addiction in your brain to these chemicals. Okay, so it creates, you become an addict, literally physiologically to shame or worry or different things like that. So the question is, how are we going to fix this? And we won't go into that a lot, but the number one thing is to understand the process at work, to understand that you can fix it, and to become a little more self-aware. Now, one thing I'm going to say is that often people get so overwhelmed with stress and trauma that they're unable to help themselves. And we're talking about people with major post-traumatic stress disorder from whatever, rape or war or something, and you have completely blown a fuse emotionally. One of the things that I do is deal with people who've gone through that. They're like, okay, I'm freaking out, and I know I do not have the ability to help myself. One of the best techniques I do use is something from the emotion code. Very brief explanation is the emotion code gives you the tools to go track down and re-flip that breaker that got blown by stress. And oftentimes we see dramatic changes in people's emotional state in 60 minutes or less. Then you go back and use the healing code to it's something you can do on your own. You become more conscious of how you're reacting in situations, what you're actually feeling, and you can use the techniques and the healing code book to change your emotional state and to actually create something different in your life. So I hope that was helpful. We're going to be doing multiple videos on what is stress, explanations of it, how to overcome it, because this is a major deal in people's life, not only for their emotional health, but it massively impacts your physical health. And you can spend your life savings on chiropractors and naturopathic doctors and regular doctors and supplements and drugs trying to change the impact that stress has had in your physiological body and not make any progress until you change how you're dealing with stress and that impact on your physical body. Then you can really start making some headway on your health. Anyways, again, my name is Steve, and if you've got any questions, let me know, and be sure and visit our website for a free gift. Thanks.